was really known to me as, I don't know, a place of typhoons and earthquakes and kidnappings, and pretty much every single natural disaster that you have in the entire world is findable in the Philippines. But when I was approximately 4 years old, I had a teacher who taught me one fantastic thing, and that was, if you don't have a go, you'll never know. So I thought, why not? So I packed my bag, and 1 month later I was living in Makati, and I founded Lamudi. So that's my story.
Yeah, let's get to my story. So my name is Henry Winter. I'm German, so I come from the country of beer and free car drivers, the country of the Autobahn. So you know, if you want to drive fast without alcohol, then of course Germany is a great place to go. And I started my career in banking, so I was doing private wealth management, working with high net worth individuals. Working on the business development side, so developing different strategies for cross-border clients. So cross-border clients, people that want to invest or bring over their wealth to different countries. So I worked with UBS. We had a global reach in Frankfurt, and had a lot of friends who were in the startup scene, and also I myself was, didn't see where my future was going in the big corporation, and so I kind of decided to take a leap of faith and saw myself coding away in Berlin. And managed to also start off with Rocket Internet and Lamudi. So actually I'm one of the first people to have worked with Lamudi now 2.5, coming up to two and a half years ago in Berlin. And so I built the company, helped build the company from the ground up. And so then roughly now 6 months ago, when the acquisition of my property in April. Then I moved to the Philippines, and I'm currently the current CEO of my property, and I envision myself Philippines. I heard some friends who are also from here. I saw myself on the beach, relaxing on the weekends and trying to soak up the weather. Actually, I find myself stuck more in traffic and head sun than anything else. And it has been a great experience for me so far, and a really enjoyable experience. And it's been a great thing working together with the Lamudi family. And let's give you an intro to what Lamudi and my property together stand for and who we are in the market.
Yeah. So these are a couple of articles that we did, particularly in Manila Times, again presented today on the person story. Our next story is the company story, how we scaled up from nothing to now basically being the market leading company in the online real estate space. This is our website. A couple of people thought we were a fashion platform. We're not. We're into real estate, a bit more boring than fashion. But this is our website. It's called lamudi.com.ph, and what we do is connect buyers and sellers of real estate. Lamudi currently has around 90,000 properties on the website. And those go from island properties, like private islands, to socialized housing. So every different property range. So if either you want to buy a property, or if you want to sell a property, Lamudi is the place to go. Now Lamudi is part of the Rocket Internet group. Rocket Internet, who knows Rocket Internet? Okay, quite familiar. Okay, I guess all the tech bloggers are more familiar with Rocket Internet. Rocket Internet is a company based in Germany, and they are the founders of a lot of big e-commerce companies around the world. Lazada, Zalora, maybe you know Carmoody, maybe you've heard of Food Panda. All of those come from the same group, which is Rocket Internet, and so also Lamudi. It's a global group. Lamudi also is in 34 countries already at this point. So we currently have around 80 employees together with my property, 90,000 properties on Lamudi alone, and around 800,000 visits every single month. So that's really quite substantial, 4 times as high as same time last year. Now, just wanted to visualize how we started, because we really started with absolutely nothing. I arrived here December 2013 with my suitcase and 2 Dutch interns. And I knew really nothing about Makati, so I by accident booked my hotel right in the middle of Burgos Street, which was interesting. And so I thought, well, this is how the Philippines is, really how I imagined Asia to be, but quite different. So we started, me and Sander started off and literally at a picnic table in the corner of the Zalora office. And our first objective was really to think, what are we going to do? So we were strategizing. And eventually we never looked at this strategy again. We just really started acting and doing. By April 2014, this was our team. We were approximately 20, 25 people. At that point, we were in the corner of the Lazada office. And then we moved to finally to our first own office, which was a really milestone. We did that together with Moody. And this is our office today. So it's scaled a lot. This is where we sit together with Lamudi and Metrobank. As you see, it's pretty crowded, so we're going to move into yet a bigger office. And that's really the exciting part of working in a startup. Like, we grow every single day. Lamudi has achieved quite a lot. Within 1 year, we became the market leader in the online real estate market space. We have around 20-25% market share ourselves. And together with myProperty, so we acquired myProperty, as you see on the next slide, we have around 55% of the market for online real estate, and that's quite significant. It means that if you post your listing on Lamudi, approximately 55% of the people looking for online real estate properties will see that. And that is very significantly bigger than our closest competitor, Property24, with approximately 15%. And so we really managed to create a very strong market position. So here's some media exposure that we had about particularly about the acquisition. Now the third story that I want to tell you is about technology. Real estate technology is something really interesting. It's a booming industry worldwide, particularly in the United States, because technology can make real estate transactions so much easier. Online, you can find any kind of property. Remember the times of the newspaper black and white classifieds ads? Yeah. So you would have 3 lines in black and white, no pictures. Yeah, so online makes it so much easier, even in the most basic form of finding a property, that you have unlimited pictures, you've got videos, you can do virtual tours, you see exactly where the property is on the map. Then you click on contact agents, within a second you're on the phone with a broker, and then you're an informed buyer. So there's so many exciting things that you can do in terms of technology for real estate, and that's just really the start. That's the tip of the iceberg. So a couple of stats on mobile, because mobile is really, really important for us. For us, 40% of our traffic, in the Philippines, the penetration of mobile internet by end of 2015 is expected to be around 40%. Now, if you compare that to the internet penetration as total of 44%, you see that mobile internet penetration actually catching up with desktop penetration, right? And mobile in the future will really be the driver of the internet. And we see that ourselves in our own stats as well. Go to the next slide. For us, already 45% of our total traffic comes from mobile and from tablets. That's pretty interesting, and it also makes a lot of sense, because if you're on your phone, you can swipe through the properties, you can actually geolocate yourself on our apps and see which properties are for sale around you. You can contact the broker right away. So there are a lot of advantages to mobile, and increasingly we will be moving towards a mobile-first strategy for our online real estate portal. This is our mobile app, so we have an iPhone and an Android app. And myProperty is going to launch their first app in November, approximately November this year. So, yeah. Another big innovation for us in the past month was a major partnership with Metrobank. So, not only on Lamudi, but also on myProperty. So, what we have created is a loan calculator. So now if you inquire for a property, you can immediately see what your loan quote would be, and you can inquire for a home loan with Metrobank. And that adds to our ambition of informing the customer. Yeah. So the moment that you want to buy a property, you also want to know, can I actually finance this? So our overall objective is to give the buyer as much possible information about buying a property in one central place, in one central website. and some couple of stories that we had, amongst others, in Techno, any Manila bulletin on our tech stories. Our fourth story is a market story, the real estate market story. Now, if you look at the current market size of real estate, this is 2011. The total market size of real estate in the Philippines was $48 billion. Jones Lang LaSalle forecasts that the market could reach up to $300 billion market size by 2030. That is gigantic. Now, what does that mean to us? If you say that approximately 4% of marketing spend of total revenues in real estate is spent on advertising, that makes our market at this point around $2 billion. That's the marketing spend of property developers in the Philippines. Say that only 5% is currently spent online, the market is around $100 million. And that is a major business opportunity. The share of online in the total marketing spend of developers, so currently developers are still really spending on billboards, TV, newspapers, etc. And increasingly that spend is shifting online. And that goes both for the online newspapers, it goes for blogs, and it goes for the online real estate classified portals. So that is the exciting opportunity. The size of the online real estate market is very, very big. And that is also why increasingly, as still every week, every month, there are new competitors in the online real estate space, because it's such an interesting business opportunity. Now, we collect a lot of data on our website. The most important data that we collect on our website is on pricing. So we see the prices of 90,000 properties every month on our site, and what we monitor is changes in prices. Our prices in Makati going up or down. Our prices for Quezon City, for houses in Quezon City, how do they compare to property prices in Pasig? So we collect this data, we analyze this data, and we publish a lot of stories about this. So we did, for example, heat maps of condo property prices in Metro Manila. We wrote stories, for example, about the prices of developers, which cities in Metro Manila have the cheapest and most expensive condos. And that is very interesting and proprietary data that nobody else has in the market. Jones Lang LaSalle has quarterly studies about real estate, but they have only public office data. And Lamudi has the data of such a big inventory of properties, which allows us to write stories about it, to also fuel stories of the big business newspapers, and to again inform the customers and inform developers. Where should I buy my property? What's the most competitive space? The last story that we have is a lifestyle story. So lifestyle is always really appealing, and there are some really fantastic things in real estate relating to lifestyle. One of the things is, for example, magnificent houses. And so we did, for example, in Lamudi and Metrobank, we did a story about the houses with the very best views in Tagaytay. We did a story about the most fantastic rooftop swimming pools in Metro Manila. So we write a lot about stories. We also did, for example, a story last week. It was picked up by Forbes in the UK about property prices in Forbes and Dasmariñas. We wrote about what Manny Pacquiao can do with his winnings from his fight against what's his name again? Floyd Mayweather. Money Mayweather, exactly, yeah. So we write a ton of stories about that. And that's also the forte of my property, to write a lot of lifestyle stories about real estate. Yeah. So that is basically the type of stories that we write. Just to share with you that what we do in online real estate is much more than just listings on a platform. It is so much more. Real estate is a super interesting topic, very versatile. So we just wanted to share with you a collection of stories that could interest you about Lamudi. Lastly, where to find our stories? Where can you draw some inspiration about real estate? If you're writing about real estate, where can you draw some? Where can you get the data? Well, one of the most important sources resources is the Lamudi blog. If you go on lamudi.com.ph and you look on the right side, you see a small gray tab called blog. So it will take you to lamudi.com.ph/journal, and you will find a lot of stories. You can search in the stories as well. My Property has a My Property Buzz page. They write a lot about developers and, as I said, lifestyle stories. And lastly, we have a magazine. So this is the traditional My Property magazine. Maybe you've seen it at your local Starbucks, for example. We will be co-branding this magazine. So from the next edition onwards, this will be a Lamudi My Property magazine where you find more and more stories. So thank you again very much for all attending. I hope you enjoy the night and this movie that we're gonna see, and please come up to us if you have any more questions. We'll leave our business cards with Pia and with my property team, so if you have any questions, reach out to us anytime. Thank you.